lobbying for this particular project. I mean, that's how Dogwood started, that's how Imperial Avenue started with all these little announcements. Dogwood was a different story, but Imperial Avenue started. Raleigh Bike Path, if you look at the full picture of Raleigh Bike Path, it was before I was born apparently. So again, it's not going to be an overnight deal, unfortunately. That's how, even worse now, state and federal funds are dwindling. But again, this is a positive, just move forward, and this is the only project that we have in this region that is looking at a corridor, other than the I-8 corridor, but that's a little different. So as far as the capacity in this region, so that's a positive. This is what we're focusing at this point, and the further along we get in this project, in the next year or so, Congressman Forrester will come back to this region and ask us, okay, well, where do you still need money? Where do you want more additional money? And if we've got this analysis, we can certainly, start going that route. But at this point, this is where we are, and we always encourage this. City of West Point is a very good representative in our council. It's a little different in management committee. We don't have any representation from the city, but as far as regional council, we really do appreciate that.
Okay, so from what I'm hearing from you, then, as you said, the money that $600,000 is starting to dwindle. So basically, all this money was just for
federal appropriation. It's there. It's a earmark from Congress. It's there, but it does have. I know Congressman Phillips has been contacting us, asking for the status of progress of his project. Really, he cannot go back to Congress and say, well, I want more money on here. And when the rest of the congressmen and women ask, well, where's the progress? Why even give you more money? So that's what we're trying to get all these projects going some one way or another. And this is one opportunity to let Congressman Fuller know that there is progress.
How long is this money good for?
Well,
They don't expire.
regarding the project, and yes, the money was allocated and set aside in the budget, specified, named City of Westmoreland, and every time we go to try and start a project and talk about fixing Center Street, and the match money, the city was already set aside for the match money, so that's no problem. The match money's there. Our problem is when they want to start, every stone is thrown in the city's path to try and block it. And then you go back to the city, in my opinion, and I've been to a lot of meetings, this city is used as example that we need all of this money, look at what it's doing to Westmoreland, and then when it gets to the project, the money is allocated down south, and the city is still sitting here, and so I feel that the city is being used, and we're not getting any benefit from it. That is my personal feeling. We're just used as an example how bad off that we need federal money, and they look at it and they say, yeah. And then we're not allowed to use it. The stones are thrown in our path when we go to talk about starting development or whatever. And this money, they've done an environmental study, they've done everything, and those studies are only good for so long. Then they're just eating up the money. The city turned of their own money $300,000 over to the county to go with the 400 and some odd thousand to put in the bypass. And they did all of these studies, and I realize those studies have to be done. They have to be paid for. But those studies were done, and there's not a shovel been turned on there. The money's eat up. And that's what they've always done, is eat up, with, doing study after study after study. And the PSSR that the city was allocated from, I think it was IBAC, the $75,000 for that study, for the Westmoreland, $75,000. And that study was only done on Center Street from Bogman to 86, and then a portion from 86 down for the motel was included on that. That's as far as that study goes. It doesn't go past Bogman. So, and so I know about that. That's just my personal feeling after, you know, attending a lot. And I get very frustrated defending my city. And, you know, because I would like, and there's no reason why this city cannot grow. It's the first city coming in from Indio. That's a long drive. But when obstacle after obstacle is thrown in our face, and we have a small city, they have fought and fought. And I'm very proud of that, like I say again, that money from the federal, and I would like, you know, cooperation from other agencies to help the city start using that to improve, because there again, you're not going to get businesses with just like the city of Westmore of El Centro. They got, you know, $800,000 for the beautification, and their statement was, who wants to build with dirty sidewalks and dirty streets, and you know, people want something to walk down the street. Get off the soapbox.
That was a different source of clarifying.
Pardon me?
That was a different source of clarifying.
Oh, I understand that. But that's what, I mean, you know, I'm just saying that. I understand that.
Let me just introduce myself real quick. My name is Jacob Armstrong. I work for Caltrans, obviously, in the planning division. I'm the branch chief for development review. And I'm also the branch chief for regional planning in Imperial County. And I'm working with Rosa for a long time. I guess what I could say about this study, the Forrester Road study, is I know there's a lot of studies. You want to see something come out of this study. Let the study be the document that you go to regional council and use as a basis for identifying a purpose and need for certain projects. I think the issue of funding is very complex, and a lot of people think when Caltrans has a big pot of money over here, we could just throw out some money. It actually breaks down a lot differently. As a matter of fact, the regions actually our control of 75% and Caltrans 25%. And our 25% is for interregional recruitment, so interregional system. Other than that, it's all maintenance. It's what's called a shop, and the maintenance project. So we basically work with the regions and the locals. You guys develop your priority of improvements, and we'll work with you to do the design for, you know, on our facilities. But we don't set the priorities. You guys in the region set the priorities. And so we're not part of that discussion in terms of telling the region what we think is a priority project over another. We let the region make that decision. So out of this study is going to come some, based on future traffic, travel demand, future needs. It's going to go over what would benefit Westmoreland based on these future modeling, traffic projections, and those type of things. Then you guys use that information, and it's going to be a good report to take to IVAC Council, the management, and say, here's what we're seeing that are important projects to Westmoreland. And then the next step is looking at funding, local funding sources, and always the regional projects always go up in the priority when there's a local match for those projects. For example, if the region wanted to move forward with the Austin Road I-8 interchange. Right now, it's not one of our top priorities that Caltrans is working on. We haven't even done any design on it yet. But if El Centro or the county or someone came to us and said, we got local contribution from developers, whatever it may be, and we could pay for 60% of the cost. Then Caltrans gets together with our design team, we develop a project study report, we develop a design. Then it gets the programming effort from the region involved, where they start programming funds for design, environmental, all the way up to construction. So it gets the projects elevated up to a higher priority when you kind of get everybody talking and trying to figure out a game plan in terms of funding once you identify the needs. So you can't put the cart before the horse. You do the study to identify the needs, and based on the needs, then you identify a priority. And that's